Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. This is a really interesting one, this. This was quite an elderly chap who came to see me for the first time. He'd normally been seen by in public health. I think they're pretty much close to shutting down, to be honest, unfortunately. For a lot of patients, fortunately for me. He had a really interesting, his second year was really interesting, hence the title of the video. It's a chronic perforation that he had in it, as in he'd had it for a very long time, so it was non-healing, but it was actively discharging with all kinds of gunk and mucus. Didn't actually need to do much with it, but I think you'll enjoy seeing it. It's quite interesting. But his other area, he doesn't have very much hearing in the other ear at all. But this one, he'd been feeling very blocked up. It's very damp and soggy. A lot of this debris here. I think he had oiled it to within an inch of its life. What was good about this one was how it came away from the drum. It was one of those so satisfying ones. It was a thing of beauty, honestly. Stay tuned, you're really going to enjoy it. That came out. I know I certainly did. And I think I said to him at the time, oh, that's a good one. I really enjoyed that. There might be some minor inflammation in this one as well, because it was a bit dry and flaky outside. And he did say it was a bit itchy as well. So I've advised him to the drops that he uses drops. I'll explain that when look at the other ear. But I've advised him to use the same ones in this one, just for a little while. So at the moment, yes, you can see the eardrum, but there's this thick, crusty layer of skin over it. Watch it, here it comes. Just watch it peel off the drum right deep down. You'll see the eardrum flex a little bit, and it all comes away in one nice, juicy, thick sheet. I really enjoyed that. I don't know about you guys. Those are some of my favourite things, especially when you don't really have to work hard for it. When you've got to go on the drum itself and in and around it, that's difficult and it's dangerous. But when it comes away from when you've had to start a bit nearer towards you, it's really satisfying. You're thinking, oh, what a relief! I don't need to mess about with that down below. Yes, there's a few little specks on the eardrum, but nothing significant at all. Now, I had a bit of difficulty with those bits there, just on the left hand side, just because, well, it's in the bony part of the ear, so I don't want to touch anything there. He wouldn't thank me for it, and it was really mushy, so it didn't really come away too well. So I think we just decided to leave it, because we've solved the problem that he came in with. I forgot dad joke of the day. If you've not been watching the channel before, every video when I remember, we'll give you a little joke to cheer you all up, because everyone needs a bit of smile in their life, don't they? Eh? So I've got a couple here from my book. There's some good ones here. The other day, I started a conversation with a dolphin. We just clicked. That's really silly, but I love that one. I ordered a chicken and an egg online. I'll let you know which comes first. Did you hear about the guy who ironed his 4-leaf clover? Really pressed his luck. Anyway, that's enough silliness. On to the serious business now. So, you probably saw now, before I forget, you'll have seen a few things disappear into the tube there. Now, a lot of that would have been mucus. It would have been mucoid discharge from what you can see here, which is this pretty big perforation at the bottom of the eardrum. And like I said, he didn't hear very well in this at all, to be honest. You saw how humid it was, didn't you? As soon as I put the camera in, it just went completely foggy. Couldn't see what you were doing. And then as soon as you put the suction tube in, it reduces the temperature. And so then you get a clear image, which is lovely. Some really nice images in this. Now, at this point, a few little bits, I'm getting quite close to this. Now, I have to be extremely wary, of which I always am, not to go too close to something like this, because, you know, it is possible, strictly speaking, to suction stuff out of there. I'll be honest, I wouldn't dream of it. There's no benefit to it anyway, to be honest, because this is constantly producing mucus and discharge. So within a day or two, you'd have the same thing there. So what's the point of putting a sharp steel rod through a hole in someone's eardrum? Absolutely none at all. It's just a bit of a maintenance and a tidy up job, this, from all the discharges that's leaked into the ear canal. I'm not dreaming of touching the eardrum either. I don't know how delicate that is, because he's got a hole in it. I don't want to put another one in it. That's the last thing that he needs. Nice little peel from the side here. So this chap, he'd been on this ongoing treatment, which is still on. Because he's had this open perforation for many years, he had so many middle ear infections, where obviously you get an infection in the space behind the eardrum there, of which there probably is one currently. And so the ear, nose and throat specialists have told him to do a daily antibiotic drop, one that's safe for something like this. And what that does, it works kind of preventatively. I've got the fancy word, it's prophylactically. Don't ask me to spell it. And that just means you know that you're always going to get infections, so you might as well always keep some kind of resistance to it in there. Now, the body will build up a little bit of resistance to it because it's been used for a long time, but it's one of those risk versus benefit scenarios, and they've decided, the specialists, that it's worth doing daily antibiotics, because it's just going to keep on getting these infections and having this discharge pouring out of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, found it interesting. I had a lot of interesting ones recently, which you'll see in the upcoming videos. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.